Hey guys, I'm Eric.
And I'm Tim.
Glenda?
We are D&D Miniature and Board Games. So tonight, we sat down, we got to play Star Trek Panic.
I understand why it's called Panic.
It's a panic. For those who aren't familiar with our scoring, we score on 1 to 5, 3 being average, 1 being horrible, 5 being outstanding. We do graphics and artwork, rulebook, components, replayability, and overall fun that we had with the game. Tim, you always do graphics and artwork.
It's Star Trek, therefore it's licensed. They had a lot of material already to work with. The graphics and artwork was pretty much done for them on a lot of stuff. I gave it a 4. I mean, you know, they used the resources out there to make things look like Star Trek.
Glenda?
That's what I gave. For the same reasons.
Well, don't elaborate too much.
For the same reasons.
I gave it 4 as well. They were able to use a lot of the stuff from the show, the original series. I really liked that. Also, the just the artwork and graphics on the destroyed parts of the Enterprise, that was pretty cool as well.
It was pretty cool.
It is.
The cards themselves, you know, for the, like, I just picked up Medical Scanner, and it's actually got a picture from the original series, which many of these did. But yeah, I gave it a 4. I thought art was above average. Rulebook. I gave Rulebook a 3. I figured it's just an average rulebook. We were able to sit down while we read through it. We were able to play it. We did have to look up a few things, but nothing really major. The only thing that I think they could have explained better was when the enemy ships move and fire, because in the description of that, it really gives confusion of, can they fire every turn? Can they, because their example was only in short range. But besides that, rulebook was fine. Gave it a 3.
She just nods.
I gave it a 3. We were able to play it reading the rulebook, but it's not as outstanding as the other rulebooks. But it's a 3. It's playable reading it.
It's a 3. It's a rulebook.
Wow, we are all like.
Tim, what did you give it on components?
I guess I'd always hope for more. I gave it a 3. It's for the type of game it is. The components are adequate. They're easy to
Adequate.
Yeah, they're easy to pick out. They're easy to see. They're you know, 2 ships are the same, but one is a cloaking. There's a way to tell it apart, but nothing really over the top. I didn't think it was all that great. Probably could have been a little bit better, but it is what it is. So I gave it a 3.
I gave it a.
Whenever it gets quiet, it means it's Glenda's turn.
I gave it a 5. Okay. It is a 5 for me because the entire pieces for it went well with Star Trek in the original Star Trek. So, in other words, it's not high-tech. And it brings you back to that, I know I'm a girl, but you know how you dress up dolls like that?
Eric,
It's like that.
she's a girl.
That might be why I married her, Tim.
But that's my point. It's different. You know, all these components, it gets destroyed. You attach a destroyed piece to it. You know, markers, everything. Again, most of them are pictures, so it's already there. But the components, I love it. So I gave it a 5. I love all of those.
I can't get my Borg eye piece to work.
Components I gave a 4. I felt for the price tag on the game itself, the components were above average. You get the 3D Enterprise. I really like the plastic shielding that goes around. I like the destroyed bits. And I felt that the tokens were thick enough that they're going to stand up really well.
There's definitely a lot of destroyed bits.
A lot of destroyed bits. Our Enterprise was flaming everywhere.
And not the, flaming kind.
So replayability, I gave a 4 as well. The average order that we got cards, we had a real problem getting short range weapons when we needed them. We kept getting medium and long. The way you pick the new enemies that come out by just drawing them from a bag, I like that. That gives you a lot of randomness. You never know where you get. And then on top of that, you roll to see what section they come in. So I believe with the replayability is above average. I give it a 4.
It was a butt kicker, that's for sure.
I gave it a 3 on replayability. I think we're just so used to so many other components and movements in games, and this one, for me, it's not as much. But for the game in itself, like you said, you have the randomness. What you're gonna pick on from the bag direction. I gave it a 3.
I also gave it a 3. I looked at it from the standpoint of would I want to replay it after getting my butt handed to me?
Because we got it handed to us.
And I mean, like, there's other games where getting beat badly, there's always something you did wrong. Something you did that went against the game plan. This one, we were doing everything right, and we still got our butts kicked. So, I gave it a 3. It can.
You put it based on if you'd want to replay.
I think it's average. I think it's definitely one of those games you can pop out, set up, and play quickly, or set up to play. But yeah, I see this one getting to be a frustrating,
Oh yeah.
grrr.
What'd you give her for fun?
I gave it an overall 3. Yeah, it's average fun. Yeah.
Glenda?
I gave it a 3 on fun. I had fun with it. The game and the title, dead on. It really, it's panic. You're gonna panic because you're all the enemies coming from all different sides, and I like it. But for me, it's an average 3. It's fine, and 3.
I gave it a 4 on fun.
Tricky.
Yeah, but I've looked at this game a lot, and I did have a little bit above average fun on it. There was challenges to it.
Well, there's definitely challenges.
Definitely.
Which, some of the games that we play sometimes, there isn't as much challenge as you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
This one, there's quite a bit of challenge. You really got to think about what you're doing as to how it's going to affect the next player.
Glenda's like, no.
No, it's not really. That's sorry.
Okay.
But that's his opinion.
That's my opinion.
She said, I took care of my section.
No. Actually, you said that's right. You got it 4, and I have 3, and Tim 3. So we had fun.
Yeah. We were really all over the place on our scores on this one.
Not much, though. It's like pretty...
Well, I mean, Glenda.
We're not on the
off of
5s.
Yeah, always.
You what?
Me, so you always cheat off of me.
I didn't. My component's 5.
So, overall score 3.5 for Star Trek Panic. As always, guys, support your local gaming. We support who, Tim?
Brick Mason Follies.
Glenda, maybe you can try it?
Yeah. Discover Games in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Eh. As always, guys, game on.
Game on.
Bye.
Ooh. I gotta guess.